I'd like to pull up the comment. Well, let's go to this first because I'll look for this comment that came in that I wanted to address and have you guys do as well. Cleveland.com is picked up for the Big Ten media poll about 15 years ago, and I saw that released today. Penn State is the selection of the media by just a smidge over Ohio State, with 11 coming in for Penn State, 10 first-place votes for the Buckeyes, 2 for Oregon. Illinois slides in at number 4, despite Michigan getting a first-place vote from maybe the Detroit Free Press. What's the guess there? Michigan at number 5. Seems
who
pretty
the hell
status
gave
quo.
Michigan a first-place vote? I mean, like, seriously, I know that we've said it time and time again, or at least I've said it. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, that there are a lot of people that on the Michigan beat that just think that Michigan can't do no wrong. You know, I don't have a problem with certainly the top 4. I don't know if I'm buying Michigan 5. The team that I really like this year that got no love in the Cleveland.com poll is Wisconsin. They're at 12. I think it's either going to be a pretty good Wisconsin team or it's going to be a pretty putrid Wisconsin team. And of course, people will be like, "Well, you should have bet on putrid," but you don't sell papers by being safe. So I decided to go the other way. But yeah, who in their, I won't even say right mind, who in their mind decided to give Michigan a first place vote?
Take this number to mind before you guys maybe complete your Big Ten picks if you haven't already. Tony's probably heard me say this 50 times, but anyway, I take account of how many teams increased or decreased their wins from the previous season by 3 or more, because I just consider that substantial. So I started tracking this 5 or 6 years ago. 29 of the 70 in the Power 4 had either a 3-game increase or a 3-game decrease from the previous season, and that includes 6 of 18 from the Big Ten last season compared to 2023. So when you fill that out, you got to figure about a third of this conference usually is going to have that much of a difference. So where to find those teams?
Nebraska. But I think Michigan's schedule, they don't have Penn State and they don't have Oregon. So right away, that's a plus. But I still I can see them losing at Nebraska. I can see them losing at USC. At Michigan State's a rivalry. At Northwestern and at Maryland, they'll win. But like those are legit tough games for a program with an unproven offensive line and an unproven quarterback and missing a lot on defense. So I think I don't expect Michigan to win the Big Ten. I think it's going to come down to the usual suspects of Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon. And even right now, Oregon, let's see what Dante Moore does at quarterback and see how Dylan Gabriel like he is. But because they've kind of been up and down with their quarterbacks over the last 10 years or so. So Penn State, they are the gold standard this year, and they are the preeminent and the overwhelming favorite. Everybody, I've not seen anybody pick Ohio State, like any organization or magazine or expected AP poll, whatever, pick Ohio State. Everybody's picking Penn State. So that many people can't possibly be wrong.
Yeah, the one poll I saw, I think, was 11 votes for Penn State and 10 first place votes for Ohio State. So that is a little bit crazy that it would be that close. But yeah, I think we're in for quite a season. I mean, again, Ohio State's going to have Texas and Penn State coming to the Horseshoe. Both those games have the potential to be epic type matchups if the Ohio State team is ready to roll. So we'll see how good of a job Ryan Day and his coaches do of reloading and getting ready for this new season. And obviously they start practice a week from Thursday, I believe, the 31st, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be here before we know it.
So if we had to find 5 teams that were going to have a 3-game difference in record from last year, do we start with Indiana, 11-1, 8-4? And then who else do we go with?
Man, is Illinois going to be as good as they were last year? I think Nebraska could jump up. I don't know. What did Iowa finish?
7-5.
Yeah, so they'd have to win 10 games to make a being jumped. They're certainly not going to go the other way.
I'm sorry, they went 8-4.
8-4.
Yeah, they
they're
went
not going to win.
8-5
They're going to win
bowl
11.
game.
They're kind of an 8-4 team in perpetuity in my mind. Washington, Wisconsin. Can Washington bounce back after kind of a down year? Obviously, a down year. They played for the national championship the year before. So, I'm interested to see, if we could predict which way these teams were all going. Now, I could walk into the sports book down here and hit a lot of overs and unders on win totals, but we debated that last week, I think.
I could go Nebraska, Michigan State, and there was one other that I had in here. Not USC. They got too many tough road games. Washington. So how about Nebraska, Washington, Michigan State, all with more than three wins more than they had last year.
Michigan State goes to 8-4.
Well, are we talking just regular season?
Yeah, it's just a regular season deal.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
Hey, Jonathan Smith worked a miracle at Oregon State, so he could probably do something special here too.
Yeah, but there were less people he had to climb over at out in the Pac-12 than what he would have to do in an 18-team Big Ten.
Yeah,
I think Michigan State's probably more likely to win 7 than 8, but I'll go ahead and throw them in there if we're looking for somebody, because you got to choose somebody, right? And is anybody taking Purdue?
I'm still still bullish on Wisconsin. I think Michigan State's going to be like 5-7 this year.
That's kind of where I have Wisconsin. So we're probably, one of us is going to be right, one of us is going to be wrong. Or both of us are going to be wrong.
Or we're going to both be wrong, or something like that. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to the season to kind of just see how some of this stuff, comes out. But when I look at Wisconsin again, I mean, they're going to lose at Bama, they're going to lose at Oregon, they're going to lose at Indiana. Those are my 3 losses. This is going to be hashtag unpopular opinion. I have Wisconsin clipping Ohio State in Madison. That's because it's hard to pick an undefeated team, period. So Ohio State's going to have to drop one somewhere. I don't think it's going to be Texas. I don't think it's going to be Michigan. I don't think James Franklin is capable of beating Ohio State without a lot of help. So where's that game going to come from? And I think it's going to come from there. And I think that where that is, that's kind of midway through the season. That's gonna really kind of solidify their season. But then again, they go to Oregon the following week, and they're gonna get thumped at Autzen.
The thing I don't like about Wisconsin's schedule is they play like 8 bowl games in conference, or 8 bowl teams in conference play. But so does Michigan State, because they both play Maryland, and Maryland's probably Maryland's going to be one of the few that don't make the Big Ten. And frankly, I think I had Maryland at like 1-11 this year. So there's another 3 games. So
1-11. Are you serious? They'd have to lose to FAU?
No, actually I had them just think I had them 1-8 in conference. That's where I get my 1.
Okay.
Or 0-9. So 3-9 overall.
Oregon could lose 3. They go from 12-0 to 9-3.
that could definitely happen.
Because they've got the whiteout.
They've
got at Iowa. They've got the at Washington rivalry game.
Got a whiteout and they got their asses smoked. That's the Ohio State theme for all the whiteouts.
Yeah, it is.